Okay, Travis Wayne Goodsell. You probably don't watch MSNBC if you're Mormon, but yesterday, wall-to-wall Mueller report coverage. They went over the Mueller report. They exposed Barr as a liar face, pants on fire face, because the Mueller report contradicts what Barr was claiming it said. They used full context. They pulled out quotes directly from the report saying that Trump is a criminal. You know, this is what news is supposed to be about. Reporting the news. And so, what then does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints have to say on this? You know, after all, they have Article of Faith number 12 that says that we believe in being subject to kings, priests, presidents, holy popes of Rome, and blah, 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 and obeying, honoring, and sustaining the law. Obviously, it doesn't say that. But again, that's the whole point. If you're believing whatever anybody tells you to believe, and you're believing a source that's lying to you, then you're just going to trust whatever they tell you as truth. And that's what, let's see, ABC 4 News, Utah. And that's what happens with Mormons, is that whatever their leaders tell them, they believe, because they're, you know, they know for sure that the church is true, despite their being wrong about it, because they don't check. And so I thought I'd find out what the Mormons believe. But before we get to that, let's go to ABC 4 News Utah. They covered two. Well, let's see, it was 9 hours ago. So it was posted last night. But Sean Timothy, a school teacher in southern Utah, child sex abuse, touching, molestation, so that's what that is. And then Anthony Chittister, I may actually know him from the older singles ward decades ago, but maybe not. He's physically assaulted a little kid in his PE class that he teaches. But they only had one segment about the Mueller report, and I have to search all over to find it, because they didn't really cover it here in Utah. It's like, no, we don't want to know. And you have to understand Mormons. Mormons have been born and raised under authoritarianism. Not just in the religion, but it's carried over into government. So Article of Faith number 12 that I incorrectly quoted to you, Mormons believe that they need to obey their president. It has nothing to do with the last part in obeying, honoring, and sustaining the law being the United States Constitution. You know, they believe, oh, we have to obey our
about Ingram
commercials. They're probably going to do 2. Okay, hold on. We're back.
Over whether Russia colluded in the United States election, and to what extent is now over, sort of.
a redacted.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure where they make the quote, so I'll introduce you like Barr did. But I'll let them speak for themselves, because it's just hilarious. And so Mormons are authoritarian. And they misinterpret Article of Faith number 12 to say, oh, we have to obey and sustain our president of the nation. And he's the law. We have to obey him. And that's what they want you to believe here in Utah in the government. So that Gary Herbert, the governor, they want you to have confidence and sustain, sustaining vote. He's Mormon and he's the governor. So we need to sustain him in his office as the voice piece of God, as the authoritarian of Utah. Mormons are born and raised to believe and follow an authoritarian governmental system. That's how they are. And so I'll get to the Deseret News in just a second here, which is the only source that I could find for the church's statement on this. So let me play this. Let me make sure the volume is up for you. Okay.
Version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report was released today, and according to the report, Mueller did not find any substantial evidence that indicates the Trump campaign tried to collude with Russia.
Yes,
it did, however, detail various ways the president tried to repeatedly end the Mueller investigation, among other things.
It's called...
So after 22 months, depending on your political views, this report can be a win or a lose.
Tonight.
This is ABC4 News Utah. This is not the church. They're not owned and operated by the church. I'm pretty sure they may be Mormon. Him, I'm probably most confident in. Her, maybe. That's an awful low neckline. But the church has been lenient for women on their garments to allow a lower neckline. Did you catch that? They were saying, you can believe whatever you want, and it'll be true. No, you cannot believe whatever you want. The Mueller report was written in English. We can read and comprehend English. Remember, you graduated from high school? Your parents didn't pay you to graduate, did they? You should be able to comprehend, identify nouns, identify verbs. Oh, here's some tricky ones. Adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and prepositional phrases. You do know how to do that, right? Apparently not, because everybody missed it regarding R-rated movies, who every Mormon thinks it's a commandment not to watch. Because there's... They put a period where there was no period in President Benson's 1986 April General Conference talk. And so here, this is pure Mormonism. You can believe whatever you want. And this is not church sponsored, so they're not doing the alt-right, we must obey and sustain Trump. He's the voice piece for God. This is instead trying to be bipartisan, looking at both sides. Yes, everything is dichotomous. It's just unbelievable. No, you cannot believe whatever you want. And like the commercial that I've been telling you guys about, let me see if I can find it. News app commercial. Smart News, there it is. Here it is.
Smart News.
I was only watching news I agreed with.
I was only getting news from social media.
Now.
That is just the lamest thing in the universe. It is clearly alt-right Republican. And it's propaganda. And yet they put it on MSNBC. I only listen to news I agree with. Oh, okay. So the genocide in Yemen you don't agree with. So, well, of course, Smart News probably won't cover that story. Oh my God. And so we are in a crisis, people. Russia isn't the only ones attacking us. We are attacking ourselves. And we've been doing it for decades. It started with commercials, way back in the beginning. Part of a balanced breakfast. The sugar bomb cereal. Mom, I want sugar bombs! Ah! No! Okay, so let's go to the Deseret News. This is a nightmare that it's so hilarious. Oh, God. And yet people fall for this. Oh, man. Okay, so 10 o'clock is when the church will announce doomsday for Temple Square. So it's almost 8. So this is all they had for an article. Well, they had different segments as part of it. But the Deseret News has how Utah members of Congress see the Mueller report. They won't tell you their news of the Mueller report. They'll let somebody else tell them what to say. That's LDS TV, LDS Press. You know, Trump has Fox as his Trump TV. Deseret News is the LDS Church, or State of Utah, sole newscast. The Tribune used to be independent. They've now been bought up by the same company. So, yeah, so much for the Salt Lake Tribune now, even though they allowed some of the older, original reporters to remain. But clearly they're being suppressed, as the one woman who writes against the church. But this is why I criticize the main guy that does the church news, because he's just a lackey. He's just told what to write. He writes it. So yeah, that's the Mormon view, the church's official view on the Mueller report. They're going to let the congressmen say what they want to have said about the matter. And they even throw in Utah members of Congress and their staffs will be digging into the special counsel Robert Mueller's report Thursday, but they don't expect to find any bombshells. Did you see that? But they're telling you what to believe. Do you understand that this is mind-altering manipulation when they do this? And NBC is guilty of it too, and it pisses me off. I can only trust Rachel. That's all I can trust on this. But because I can identify it and go, oh, nope, 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 nope. Whatever you just said is not to be listened to. But this is how you identify truth from error. When people do this to you, you can say, no. I'm going to have to look at the Mueller report myself. And I gave you the link. If you haven't even bothered to go get it and look at it, you're the fool. And so, yeah, they're trying to tell us, oh, no, there's nothing to see here. No, Trump is innocent. Trump is good. Here's where to read it. So nobody's going to click on here's where to read it. Let's click on the 8 big takeaways from the Mueller report. See what they came up with. Herb Scribner, I have no clue who that guy is. He's new. So, come on. All these advertisements cause the thing not to work when you want it to work. All right. The results of Special Counsel Robert Mueller and Russian interference in Thursday. You can read and identify the key takeaways. And so, yeah. Oh, good. He's outlined a few of the major ones that are circulating through the news right now. He can't do it himself. He has to get others. Oh my God. Okay, but at least he's going to NBC News. He's not MSNBC, just NBC. Oh, wait a minute. This is for Zach Miller, who's replying. The president's efforts to influence the investigation were mostly unsuccessful. But that is largely because the persons who surrounded the president declined to carry out orders of his requests. And that's the big thing. The president and all of his people say, yeah, see, that's our defense. Nobody listened to him, therefore he didn't commit a crime. And people don't get that in authoritarian governments. Because that's part of intention, is that when people have to say no, you're still committing a crime by ordering them to commit a crime on your behalf. It's just unbelievable how authoritarians won't catch this. Man, so now you're quoting Nate Silver? What the? Of 538? Where is he getting these people from? This is... Konstantin Kalimnik? What the... Was apparently targeting Wisconsin, yeah, midsummer, yeah. But we all knew that. If you'd been watching MSNBC, and especially Rachel Maddow's show every 7 o'clock at night, you'd know. She's been telling us this whole time. That's old news, guys. But Fox hasn't been telling you. That's why it's news to Mormons in Utah and Republicans, if they're watching this. But Press Secretary Sarah Sanders reportedly admitted to lying. Unbelievable. No. You're going over the Mueller report, but he's not. He's going after what other people say, and so he's not doing news. This is just sickening. It's humiliating to this guy, and this is all the Deseret News has on this. So yeah, the church refuses to cover the topic and had this guy, what was his name, Scribner? Herb Scribner. It's just unbelievable. And of course, the photograph that they have here on the front, one of 5 pictures, is a page that's completely redacted. Oh, how are we supposed to get anything from a redacted report? Duh. Obviously, Trump is innocent. All right, so this is the church's position on the Robert Mueller case. And if you're not familiar, the prophets of the church are the board of directors for the Deseret News. They control the content. They order the content. I should do a little clip of Putin, who was caught on a video, a Russian video, that was translated into English for Americans, American Russian sympathizers, and he orders his people to order the RT News to hire this 17-year-old girl because it's her dream to be a reporter of a specific type of news for her blindness. And you know, it's a nice thing, token thing that he does. It's sort of like a Make-A-Wish foundation in Russia, but Putin is the one who makes people's wishes come true. And it's just a token thing. It's a once in a year thing, maybe, that he does this so that he can, you know, get propaganda, press publicity, people liking him and stuff like this. And so he selected this beautiful 17-year-old girl who wanted to be a journalist on a specific topic. And so he then orders his people to order the RT Russian propaganda news to hire her. And it's just a simple, yeah, make sure she RT hires her and puts her in this position, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's just what happens. That's what they do. This is what the church does. This is what Fox does. This is what Trump does. He gives orders and people have to obey. And, you know, he doesn't do it necessarily as by saying, you know, you must commit a crime. He says, no collusion. And he's not saying that there was no collusion and he's in denial. No, he's ordering everybody to believe there's no collusion. That's the mafia, mob tactic mentality, manner of speech. There's no collusion. These are not the droids you're looking for. Remember that from Star Wars? That's exactly what's going on. That's their manner of speech. And so you can't say, well, he's saying no collusion, but is he ordering or what's going on? Huh? If you're not familiar with the people, the crime bosses, you are clueless. And so that's why I'm telling you guys, pay attention to the church when they say certain things, when they talk about certain topics. They give out code words. That's why my whole commentary on Conference was exposing the alt-right Nazi agenda, the we hate gays agenda. It was full of it. And so if you're a Mormon and you're gonna not believe, or you're gonna get angry because I'm exposing it, because Mormons get angry when you expose their corruption. Oh, okay, and that's just a phone report subpoena. Okay, and so yeah, I mean, there was a gang member on trial here in Utah, and they had the witness for the prosecution against him was up on the stand, and he was saying, oh yeah, as part of a new recruiting process, kids are ordered to go tag, and he was revealing all the secrets of the gang, and the gang member was furious, and he rushed over the table to charge after this guy to kill him because he was revealing the secrets of the secret combination. You know, Mormons, secret combination, the Gadian robbers. And yeah, the church has that too. Trump has that. Crime bosses have that. All secret combination groups have that. And this is a horrifying experience that we're in right now, because secret combinations have taken over the church, they've taken over the government, and we're all doomed. And there's nothing we can do about it because Congress is not doing anything about it. And so we should be contacting our senators. I have Romney, so yeah, I'm doomed. I can't get through to Romney. He's going to do whatever he wants. And so he voted in favor of lifting sanctions from one of the guys mentioned in the Mueller report from his businesses, which I'm guaranteeing has connections to allow a temple in Russia for the church. I still have to make that connection, but clearly he's the only one that you have to go through to get permission to build in Russia. And so I'm pretty sure 99.99999999999%, you know, again, I just don't have them actually on record saying, oh yeah, this is the company we're using to build a temple in Russia. But everything else points to it. And so, yeah, we're in a nightmare, guys. And the only way to get yourself through it is just to laugh. Because we're all doomed. We're all going to die. So the church supports and defends Trump's crimes.